Hi everybody, happy Monday. I'm Chris.
I'm Steve.
We're with EatWalkLearn. Please give us a like and a subscribe because we are almost up to 400. That's our goal this week. And be on team EatWalkLearn. Make it to 400 with us this week. We drop a video every Monday and we talk to you about our Nomad life. So this week we are in Tavira, Portugal, which we'll tell you more about in a later video. We've actually fallen in love, spoiler alert, with Tavira, Portugal. But we just finished about a month in Spain on part of a road trip from Rome to Lisbon. So next week, tune in for all the details, the cost, the road trip, the expenses, the car, all the details about our road trip from Rome to Lisbon, and post below questions that you have for that road trip. We'll be telling you all about that next week, but this week we're focusing just on Spain.
See.
So we went to about 19 different cities in Spain, and since we're on this 5-year-long or longer international house hunt, always keeping an eye towards where we would want to live in the future. Remember, we did a video about Mexico and all the places we went in Mexico. I'll put a link up here if we would live or visit those cities in Mexico. We're taking kind of the same tack with everything we're going to tell you about here in Spain. What do you think of Spain?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, Chris is fluent in Spanish. I'm learning Spanish. We spent the winter in Mexico, and now we're in Europe. And really, if you think about it, where would you want to live in Europe if we speak the language? Spain would be the place to be. So we really took it really seriously. All the different places that we went to, we asked each other, is this some place that we could live? And in a lot of places, yes. And I was really surprised as we looked through all the different places that we went to in Spain, and all of them with the evaluation of, do we want to come back? Do we want to live here? Or maybe it's just a good place to, vacation or to visit. And then we did, the spreadsheet of all the places and put some criteria on it. And we then, did a little, sorting, a little adding. And why don't you tell them about what we liked about other places?
When we talk about our criteria, we think we know what our criteria is going to be in 5 years, but that could change a lot. But we do know some of the basic requirements that we know we want and where we want to live. It's going to be near the water. It's going to have hiking. It's going to have good food, friendly people, a language that we can enjoy, and just an overall vibe that we really like. So the 17 of the 19 places we visited in Spain hit all of that. So it's hard to eliminate a few things in Spain. So instead, we thought we'd give you our top 10, which hit all of that criteria. So we had we had the 3 columns. One was how friendly the people were. One was would we want to live there, and the other was how pretty it was. So we'll give you the average for each one that we visited of the top 10, and we'll tell you each the one reason why we would live there, which may be different.
Right.
And I want to live there because he lives there. So anyway, so of all the places we went to the following places: Figueroa, Alicante, Santiago, Cordoba, Sitges, Ronda, Cadiz, Seville, Madrid, Vigo, Barcelona. We'll tell you about that. San Sebastian, Bilbao, Valladolid, and I think that was all of them. Anyway, top 10. So number 10 on the list of would we or would we not live there was Cadiz, Spain. So Cadiz got a 5.3 overall ranking, and we stopped there on our cruise coming in from Fort Lauderdale into Barcelona. We stopped there on the way in, took a walking tour, and it's a fascinating place because there's a lot of really old Greek and Roman history there and archaeology. And the walking tour was very interesting. What is the number one reason why we would live in Cadiz?
Yeah, well, I just really loved the gardens and the waterfront. It's just really a beautiful place to be, and really enjoyed the walking tour and enjoyed the history.
So my number one reason is it's a good-sized city, and it seems like it's very interesting. I feel like we didn't really get into it very much, but it's enough to want to go back.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9. I can't count backwards. Ronda, Spain. Ronda. Ronda, Spain. Help me, Rhonda. Ronda, Spain. So this is, if you follow Ernest Hemingway, this cute town is a place that Hemingway spent a lot of his time because it has a very strong bullfighting culture, and he was really into Spanish bullfighting. Very pretty place. Number one reason why you would live in Ronda.
Oh, the views. It just seemed like everywhere you looked, there was just this amazing vista, and cliffs and just these just gorgeous views. And it's not near the water, so it's one of the ones that we chose in our top 10 that are not near the water. But just because it's just an amazing mountain getaway. It seemed a little touristy, kind of small, but beautiful place.
The number one reason I would live there is a very romantic place. If you wanted to go make babies, Ronda, which we don't.
Help me, Rhonda.
Ronda is a nice, romantic, very romantic place. Okay, number 7, Sitges. So this is on the coast of Spain. The first one, so we get Costa Blanca, Costa Brava, Costa Dorado, Costa whatever. We get them all mixed up. This one's on the coast, just south of Barcelona. Some friends of ours, Brent and Michael, at their blog, turned us on to this, and we went and had a beautiful time. Again, just one little nighttime visit. What would be your number one reason why you'd stay in Sitges?
I really liked the size of it. I felt like it was easy to get to Barcelona. It was kind of like a very convenient little getaway on the beach from Barcelona.
It was a very compact. So you had the beach and the old town, and it was a livable, compact little city. That's what I liked about it. Yeah. And a quick and an easy train ride up to Barcelona if you need some big city stuff. Okay, number 6. I should have written the numbers down. Alicante, Spain. Just so Alicante, if you start in Barcelona, and then you've got Valencia, and then Alicante, Spain. So we were in Alicante again just for the day. We were there actually on the 3rd day of a 3-day holiday weekend, so it was really, really full of tourists. I think it was probably the first pretty weekend coming into the summer, so a lot of people were anxious to get out of their COVID stuff and get out into the world. So I think we hit Alicante on an overly expressed tourist weekend. Nonetheless, what would be your number one reason why you live in Alicante?
I know we might disagree on this a little bit, but I liked that there were a lot of people there. There was a really vibrant scene, a lot of young people. The beach is beautiful, restaurants, it seems like there was just a lot to do in this city.
And also, one thing that we seem to really like is to have the city right on the beach. That was also going on in Alicante. But my number one reason is it's kind of a funky little town. There was a street with all these artistic mushrooms everywhere. And I like that it's got a good airport. And also, it seems to be pretty affordable. Our litmus test of walking by the real estate windows and looking at various units for sale or rent, they seem to be affordable, but that's just lightly researched at that. Okay, number 5, Figueres, Spain. So this place, Figueres is kind of in the mountains, a little bit away from the water, and we went there because it was on Steve's bucket list. And why is that?
Why is that? Because Salvador Dali has his museum there. This is where he was born, where he died, and he.
And you're a big Salvador Dali fan.
Big Salvador Dali fan, surrealism, and just a fabulous place. And it was a cute town, and it is close to the Pyrenees Mountains, fairly close to the French border. And I just thought it was a beautiful place, in addition to having a fabulous Salvador Dali museum.
And I liked it because the people were super friendly, very welcoming and warm. We got invited to dance with them on a little cultural dance thing that was going on to celebrate. It was some holiday or something going on in Figueres. So, and very artistic, lots of art influence and kind of some crazy, kind of funky, contemporary surrealist art influence. So a neat, funky town. Okay, number 4, Malaga, Spain. So we're actually going to be going through Malaga on our cruise to Brazil later on this year. I didn't get to go to Malaga because I was in Dublin checking out my daughter's situation with her new apartment. But Steve got the chance to go to Malaga, and he's going to tell you his number one reason to live in Malaga.
Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons. It's a beautiful city. Again, it's right on the water. This is on the southern coast of Spain. Just fabulous beach, vibrant waterfront, lots of great restaurants, and the town is just a beautiful town. It just seemed to be like the idealistic city on the water and on the coast of Spain. It just is beautiful, and I can't wait to go back.
Was there like a promenade or a boardwalk or something along the beach?
Yes.
Okay. Big criteria item. Okay, next up, Granada, Spain. Now, we spent about 2 weeks just right outside of Granada in Alamarte, Spain at a house sit. We'll tell you more about house sitting if you want in our video up here about how to house sit. But it was about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes outside of Granada in the rolling hills of all the olive groves. And Granada is known for the Alhambra, a giant castle fortification that was built by the Moors and then was turned into a Christian location. And anyway, all the history of Spain was all exhibited in this beautiful, beautiful structure. And Granada is just a really cool family town. We actually met some other Go With Less folks there at a meetup, which was really a lot of fun, and just missed some other ones. And I really like Granada for its size and its accessibility. What's your number one reason to live in Granada?
I actually have a lot of reasons. I thought it was a young, vibrant, I can't just give you one, a vibrant city, a lot of young people there. It was close to the mountains, so the Sierra Nevada mountains are right there, and I got to do some hiking in the mountains. It was, a beautiful hike. It's also very close to, all of the olive groves and just the beautiful nature around that area of Spain. And it's not on the coast, so it's just north of Malaga. But it's close to Malaga. So again, it's like, what was the last city that I just said I want to go back there? Granada's another one that I'm looking forward to going back to and spending more time there.
Okay, number 3. I think we're not counting right, but number 3 is Denia. So we actually got an Airbnb in Denia. We were there about a week. Denia is halfway between Valencia and Alicante on the beach. Our Airbnb was just a little bit outside of downtown, but downtown had a very vibrant centro right on the water. There's a marina for pleasure boats, and there's a yacht marina and also a ferry marina. The ferries go to Ibiza, and a giant castle up on this top of the hill. A very walkable city. My number one reason to live in Denia, it very walkable and very bikeable, and a lot of variety of boat activity coming in and out of Denia, which I love to watch ports. Ports are a really fun part of my criteria. What's your number one reason for Denia?
Yeah, a couple things. Chris mentioned the castle that's up on the hill, and then the fantastic beaches. And on the south side, they've got this beach that just goes forever. And then on the north side, they have the Sea Glass Beach, and there's some tide pooling and such. And there's also some great hills and great mountains around it. So Denia definitely is close to the top of our list because it really hits all of the key things that we're looking for.
Number 2, Bilbao. Why did you like Bilbao?
Yeah, this is a little bit different because I felt like it was a hip, modern city. It's a great, artistic center in Spain. It's on the northern coast, which again, we've been talking about all the cities along the southern and the eastern coast of Spain. This is on the northern coast of the Atlantic. Is that the Atlantic?
Yeah.
And we went to a couple places on the northern coast and really enjoyed it. And Bilbao is one of those. It seemed like a larger city and really vibrant, and really walkable and enjoyable.
We were just there for the day, but and we went to the Guggenheim Museum, but it was closed, or we sold out, so we didn't get to go in the museum. But nonetheless, the vibe that we got from the city is very contemporary and up and coming, and really piqued our interest as someplace to really come back and check out and maybe spend some time in to make that decision on where we want to live.
Right.
All right, are you ready? Have you liked us and subscribed yet? Are you ready for our video for next week where we tell you about all of our travels throughout Europe? Number 1, I went here 35 years ago when I was a student in Madrid studying Spanish. Came up here for the weekend, fell in love with it then, promised myself that I would bring a husband back. This one got to come with me this time. And number one, you want to tell them?
Yeah, San Sebastian, Spain.
Up on the coast next to Bilbao, it ranked 7.7. So we start with 7.7 and then down to Cadiz was 5.3. And it was zero point 0.7 higher than Bilbao. And the reason why is the people are so friendly. It is so beautiful. And the food, it's a gastronomical capital of Spain, at least, if not some parts of Europe. And although we're not really foodies, it's just a really approachable place to try a lot of different foods. And we also think that the weather in San Sebastian actually might be the weather we're looking for. Although the winters might be a bit nippy, the summers are much cooler than the summers down on the other coast of Spain, because those get up into 95 and above, or what is that in Celsius, but 30 and above. So we think San Sebastian might actually stay up there, number one. What do you think?
Yeah, again, ticked all the boxes, including a beautiful beach. And this one had a funicular, so you could ride the funicular up to the amusement park at the top of the hill.
And the roller coasters.
Yes, and again, and beautiful views. It's just a gorgeous place, and the history is amazing. It seems like a very, very livable city as well, just someplace that you could just enjoy yourself all year round and never run out of things to do.
So some you guys might be asking, why isn't Barcelona on the list, or why isn't Madrid on the list? So Steve liked Madrid better than I do. It's just I think if we were in our careers, Madrid would be a place we'd want to go. But as retired folks, I think, I don't know, I'm looking for a more beachy environment and not something in the middle of the city, although there's a ton of things to do in Madrid. Then Barcelona. Steve hasn't been to Barcelona. I've been twice. We're going to go again in November. The 2 times I've been to Barcelona, I've had terrible experiences, awful experiences, and which have written Barcelona off for me. But I'm going to give her one more chance. So maybe she might sneak onto the list after we see her in November. But Barcelona, not on the list currently. So if you are a Spaniard or you love Spain, if you're a Spainophile, what are your favorite places in Spain? What did we miss? Tell us some places that we should go back to. Tell us some places we shouldn't go to. And also, so write those below, and then also ask us questions. What do you want us to tell you about our road trip from Rome to Lisbon by way of the Spanish coast? Let us know. We will be back next Monday with our next video. Thank you, everybody. We love you, and we are so glad. And help us get to 400 this week. Can we do it? 5. Goal setter, 500 this week. Thanks so much.
Ciao.